Here is a simple explanation of current trends in conflict theory. The 20th century intellectual Michel Foucault revolutionized the way we think about power. Foucault believed that power is spread throughout society, not concentrated in certain actors, areas, or strata. Power can be used to develop and produce, and not as a destructive force. Foucault coined the term capillary power to describe power that is spread and may be employed in any setting by anybody. Even in a group of friends, a single friend can assume command in a crisis situation, such as when someone becomes ill at a picnic or when a school bus is involved in an accident, etc. Every connection, according to Foucault, has conflict, negotiation, and contradictions. According to John Scott, power may be roughly defined as possessing two types of influence: persuasive influence, which acts via arguments, appeals, and reasoning, and corrective influence, which functions through penalties and incentives. Persuasive influence is also further divided into two types: coercion and manipulation. Corrective influence is divided into two types: signification and legitimation. Corrective influence functions through shared meanings and values and is made effective by a communal conviction. This does not mean that it isn't exploitative or that it doesn't foster hierarchy, but it does lead people to believe differently. Because it is possible to conceal the truth of the situation, the procedure is able to control conflict and prevent any form of protest. So you find that with corrective influence, signification, and legitimation, there is less chances of protest as compared to persuasive influence. Throughout his writings, Foucault demonstrated how the most successful mechanisms of control are the ones that are least evident. Randall Collins adds a micro dimension to conflict theory's macro level. He, like Foucault, saw conflict in the everyday processes of existence. On the one hand, all relationships are founded on some level of hostility, dominance, and conflict, and on the other hand, there are patterns of solidarity. Unlike the classical conflict theorists' broad generalized meta theories, more modern researchers like Collins have relied on actual evidence and more ground theorization. Collins employed Goffman's interaction rituals model, which included the idea of front stage and backstage performance. These are techniques used by humans while putting on a front stage show. All social contact, according to Goffman, is similar to a stage performance because most of us pretend and say and do things we don't necessarily intend. As a result, persons who are given orders to follow may do so outwardly while not liking it within their hearts. They do not do the things that they are happy about and continue to do things even though they are not convinced about them. The term backstage performance refers to instances in which we let down our guard and openly chat and perform. In backstage performance, we are our true selves. A guy can follow orders from his employer and be publicly subservient to him, even praising him in public. But when he's at home with his wife, he may vent his frustration by abusing the boss or even calling him an idiot. Performance rituals conceal actual sentiments and animosities or ill feelings. At the same time, solidarity among equals is maintained via solidarity rituals such as sharing meals or assisting one another with work. The intricacies of organizational structures are shaped by the battle or struggle for power, which may be subversive by occasionally spilling over. Tensions in the office may rise to open rejection of the boss's authority or a workplace strike may take place. Scholars today are increasingly concerned with finding the microprocesses of struggle and control in real world circumstances. Microprocess theorists are more interested in a more sophisticated and thorough examination of status groups and people in different roles in the battle for resources and power than in categorizing people into bigger classes. Thank you for watching the presentation. Do like, subscribe, share, and leave your comments about this presentation or any other topics you would like to learn more about.